You understood what is capital gains and what is taxable under the head capital gains. Okay, so just let us have a brief recap of what is a capital gain and what is basically taxed under the head capital gain. So capital gain means what? Any gain, that is profit, which is arising from transfer of a capital asset. Transfer of a capital asset. So transfer means, for your understanding, you understand sale. If you are selling any capital asset during the previous year, any gain which will arise because of that transfer, that will be taxed under head capital gains. Okay, capital asset means what? Any property, movable or immovable. So any property, if you are selling during the previous year and you are getting any gain from that sale, transfer, that is capital asset. Transfer does not mean purely sales, but for your purpose, you understand it is sale. Okay, if you are selling any capital asset during the previous year, and because of that sale, you are getting gains, profits. That profit will come under capital gains. Okay, and capital asset means any property, but capital asset does not include stock in trade. We have seen capital asset will not include stock in trade. Then personal effects. And rural agricultural land will also not come under capital asset. So if you are transferring a rural agricultural land, it will not come under capital gains. So these are some of the exceptions which are relevant. That is stock in trade, personal effects, rural agricultural land, not capital asset. Okay. Personal effect example we have seen in the last class. Suppose if some celebrities are selling their personal things, that is T-shirt with autograph for a huge amount, that will not come under capital gains. Okay, because that is a personal effects. No, so personal effects are exempted from definition of capital asset. Okay, and how many types of capital gains are there? How many types of capital gains are there? Long-term capital asset and short-term capital asset. Okay, so how we will decide whether an asset is a long-term or short-term? Based on period of holding. Okay, from date of purchase to the date of sale, we will have to see how many months you have kept that asset. So based on that, we will decide the long term and short term. Okay, so for that we have divided into three categories now: securities, listed securities, securities listed in stock exchange, then land and building, then others. Example, gold. Gold is a capital asset. Okay, so in case of listed security, if you are holding that security for more than 12 months, it will become long term. Okay, in case of land and building, you are holding it for more than 24 months, it will become long term. In case of other capital asset like gold, etc., if you are holding it for more than 36 months, it will become long term. Otherwise, it will be short term. So you note and keep this important. Listed securities more than 12 months long term, land and building more than 24 months, other capital assets like gold more than 36 months, it will become long term capital asset. Clear? So this is important from MCQ point of view also. Okay. Okay. Now, more important for our syllabus is how to calculate capital gain. Okay. So capital gain calculation will depend upon the nature of the capital gain, whether it is a long-term capital gain or it is a short-term capital gain. Based on that, we will have to calculate the capital gains. Okay. So if it is a short-term capital gain, then formula or step for calculating capital gain is sale consideration, means for how much amount you are selling the capital asset. Suppose land and building is there. You will sell that land and building, then only capital gain will arise. So here, first we will take the sale consideration amount, for how much amount you have sold that property. Okay. Then reduce the cost of acquisition. Okay. So you might have purchased that property, from somebody else. So what is the cost at which you have purchased that property? That we will have to reduce. Then cost of improvement. If you have done some work on that property, okay, like especially in buildings, etc., house, etc., you will do some improvement cost, like some interior work you have done, etc., or some additions you have done. So if any cost you have incurred for improving your property, that also you will reduce. Okay. Then reduce the expenses in connection with the transfer. Okay. For selling, you require various legal documents, etc. For that, you will have to incur some expenses like lawyer fees, etc., for drafting the agreement, etc. So that cost also you will reduce. Then whatever balance is there, that will become the short-term capital gain. Simple. From sale consideration, we will reduce the expenses. Whatever gain is left, that will become the short-term capital gain. If your asset is a short-term capital asset. Okay. Understood? This much everybody understood? How to calculate short-term capital gain? First we will understand short-term, then we will understand long-term. This understood everybody, how to calculate short-term. Take sale consideration, reduce from that cost, you will get the short-term capital gain. So let us take one small illustration for understanding short-term capital gain. Short-term capital gains. So let us take a small illustration. Mr. X sold his house for rupees 50 lakhs on, let us take, on 31st November 2019. He had purchased the house for rupees 30 lakhs on 1st April 2018. Okay. Cost of improvement incurred rupees, let us take 1,50,000. Okay, so we'll do it 30 November then. Okay, cost of improvement incurred rupees 1,50,000. Legal expenses incurred in connection with transfer rupees 50,000. Calculate the capital gain to Mr. Capital gain arising to Mr. X. It's simple illustration we have taken. Mr. X sold his house for 50 lakhs. So house is a property. So we know that if there is any sale of a property, it will come under capital gains. Okay, he had purchased the house for 30 lakhs on 1st April 2018. Cost of improvement is 1,50,000 and legal expenses for transferring that property was 50,000. We have to calculate the capital gain of Mr. X. So this is an example of short-term capital gain. Why it is a short-term, that also we will understand. Before that, everybody note this question. Then we will start discussing that illustration. So in 2 minutes, everybody note this illustration fastly. So now let us understand how to calculate the capital gains. So date of purchase, date of sale, what is the date of purchase? Date of purchase is 1st April 2018, and date of sale is 30 November 2019. Okay, so first we will have to always check whether it is a short term or long term. So date of purchase is 1st April 2018, date of sale is 30 November 2019. So we will have to see for how many days Mr. X has kept the house property. So from 1st April 2018 to 30 November 2019, how many months will be there? That you will have to calculate first. From 1st April 2018 to 30 November 2019, you will have to calculate the number of months first. How many months will be there? See, from 1st April 2018 to 30 November 2019. How many months will be there? See, in 2018, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So 9 months in 2018 and 11 months in 2019. Correct. So it will be 20 months. No? Okay. So this is 2018 and this is 90. Okay. So in 18, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. 9 months in 18, and January to November in 2019 will be 11 months. So total will be 20 months. Correct. Understood? So we know that house is a land and building. So for house to become long term, it should be at least held for 24 months, more than 24 months to become long term. Now here Mr. X is keeping the property only for 20 months. So that's why it will be a short term capital gain. Understand? So always you have to check from date of purchase to date of sale, how many months are there, and based on that we will decide whether it is a long term or short term capital gain. Okay, because house should be held for at least 24 months, more than 24 months for becoming long term. Clear? Here he is holding that asset only for 20 months. So it will be short term. Clear? Now if it is a short term, how we will calculate the capital gain? Simple. Sale consideration rupees 50 lakhs. So he is selling that property for 50 lakhs. Okay. Less less cost of acquisition. He's purchased the property for how many rupees? How many lakhs? 30. Less cost of improvement rupees 1,50,000 and less expenses in connection with transfer rupees 50,000. Okay, so all this thing we are already having in the question. Just now you have to reduce this amount from the sale consideration. You will get the capital gains. So what will be the short-term capital gain? 50 lakhs minus 30 lakhs minus 1,50,000 minus 50. How much it will be? 50 lakhs minus 30 lakhs minus 1,50,000 minus 50. So what will be the capital gain? 18 lakhs. So this will be the short-term capital gain on which Mr. X will have to pay tax. Clear? So this is how you have to calculate short-term capital gain. We have also understood why it is a short-term, because here period of holding is only 20 months, which is less than 24 months. That's why it is a short-term. Clear? So this is a short-term capital gain calculation.